Welcome to the Dog Pound. I'm Olivia Hinck.
And I'm Poppy Ruland. Let's check out this week's top stories.
We'll start on the Diamond, where the Siena softball team extended their win streak to 4 in a row this weekend. The Saints hosted a doubleheader with the Sacred Heart Pioneers for some conference action over the weekend. Alyssa Imont took the mound for Game 1 and gave up only 2 hits. RBIs came from Gianna DeMeglio and Mackenzie Swinson as Siena picks up the 3-1 victory. Game 2 was a higher scoring affair. The Saints scored 5 runs in 1 inning with a huge homer from pinch hitter Callie DeLauder. The Pioneers responded with 5 runs of their own, but senior pitcher Casey Kennedy held on to the lead for a clutch 2 innings to secure the win. Final score from Siena softball field is 6-5, and the Saints improve to 5th in the MAC. What's better than one Siena lacrosse program record? 2 of them. Senior Grace Dobrinsky already has the all-time assist record, but she etched her name into the history books for the 2nd time this weekend. She became the all-time leading point scorer off a free position goal in the 3rd quarter, the 228th point of her career. Dobrinsky's big day helped the Saints to a narrow 7-6 win over Sacred Heart as the Saints get back to 500 in conference play.
Many fans were disappointed when this year's men's basketball bracket came down to the 4 number 1 seeds, saying that the transfer portal is making it too hard for small schools to have Cinderella runs. Well, this year's national champs had a dose of mid-major influence on the roster. Florida star guard Walter Clayton Jr. played his first 2 seasons at Iona long before being named 2025's tournament's most outstanding player. On Monday night, the former MAC player had his one shining moment on the biggest stage in college hoops. Clayton Jr. struggled to find his rhythm early, but scored all 11 of his points in the second half to help the Gators come back from a double-digit deficit against Houston. Taking a final possession now, with Houston threatening to tie or take the lead, Clayton made a clutch defensive stop to steal the Florida's 65-63 victory. With Richard led the team in scoring with 18 points, but it was Clayton's late-game heroics that stole the spotlight and earned Florida their first major national title since 2007.
Women's basketball phenom Paige Beckers had been to the Final Four every year that she suited up at UConn, but she's never been able to call herself a national champion. The senior had one final chance this weekend against reigning champion South Carolina. The 2 powerhouse programs faced off in the 2022 championship, with South Carolina coming away victorious. Would Beckers and the Huskies avenge that loss, or would the Gamecocks repeat history? The first 5 minutes were an offensive explosion for both teams, but Coach Gino Auriemma's squad found their groove in the second half, behind a huge performance from the big 3 of Beckers, Azzi Fudd, and Sarah Strong. Final score would be 82-59. Beckers would finish with 17 points and become the leading tournament scorer in UConn history. She'll head to the WNBA draft on Monday, where she'll likely be the number 1 overall pick, but not before finally getting to cut down the net in Tampa, the perfect way to turn the page from college to the pros.
895 was the magic number for 30-plus years, but on Sunday night, Washington Capitals captain Alex Ovechkin broke Wayne Gretzky's goal record during a matchup against the Islanders at UBS Arena. The historic goal came in the second period, a signature power play strike from the left face-off circle, reminiscent of many throughout his illustrious 20-season career. Despite the Capitals falling 4-1, the night belonged to Ovechkin, who was celebrated on the ice by teammates, family, and NHL legends, including Gretzky himself. At 39 years old, Ovechkin's relentless pursuit of excellence has defined goal scoring in hockey, solidifying his legacy as one of the game's greats.
That'll do it for this week's edition of Dog Pound. I'm Olivia Hinck.
And I'm Poppy Ruland. Jonathan, Matt, back to you.